Yeah, that happened. What's up everyone, this is Farhan aka Drone Fate, and in this video I'm gonna talk about how I crashed my drone and it fell into the water, but more importantly I'm gonna talk about how I got it back. So make sure you watch the video till the end to find out how that happened. I was by the beach recording an artist to give him some more depth into his video and pictures, and we were at the end of this pier by the lighthouse, and it was really dark, and I shouldn't have been filming in the first place because I wasn't really familiar with the area, but I thought might as well increase the ISO all the way up, and I could still see something but not enough. The point was to get the drone far away from the pier and come to the pier descending and forward. Now obviously the Mini 2 does not have any sensors at the front or the back, it just has the two underneath. As I kept bringing the drone forward and moving it a little bit to the side, I also kept descending. What I did notice was that there was a cement ledge there. I didn't notice that. I thought it was probably lower, but I couldn't see it, and because there's no sensors, obviously it wouldn't stop. Like I said, it was really dark and I kept descending and moving forward, and then I couldn't see the drone as I was behind the lighthouse, so I was just looking at the phone screen, seeing what the camera is showing me, and the camera was tilted a little bit up so I couldn't see what was a little below, and I just kept moving forward and descending, and that happened. I ran toward it to look, and I could see the lights flashing and it was sinking to the bottom of the lake, and I just looked at it heartbroken, and it reminded me of the scene from Titanic. I left disheartened. This was the first time that this ever happened to me, but I just kept brave, and I told myself, you know what, it's a learning experience, these things happen, you learn from it, you become better. But when I told my family about it, they were very determined, stubborn rather, I would say, to get the drone out. And here's what we did. We were unsuccessful 99% of the time. Yeah, you heard that right. 99% of the time we were unsuccessful because we kept trying different things on different days. None of them worked. So at first I just got a small magnet and some sort of a hook with a rope, and I just put it down thinking I would catch it, but obviously I came empty-handed. Did the same thing the next day. Then one of my family came up with the idea that we should get an underwater fishing drone, so we got one of those from Amazon. It was about 170 Canadian. Once we got that, and I put it in the direction that I thought, I remember very well that, you know, the drone fell there, and as soon as it went down a little bit, we could see the drone right there, just lying down on its back. It was a really exciting sight. Believe me, I just had hope, and I was like, wow, I can get it back now and, you know, send it back for repair, replacement. And I was just so excited. I got out a snow shovel from the garage, and I went and bought a really long painting pole and attached it to it. Now the water was about 20 to 22 feet deep, and the pole was around 16 feet, the painting pole, and then the shovel pole was maybe about 8 feet more. So we attached it with a lot of duct tape, you know, to try and make it as strong as possible so it's not flimsy. And I put it down, and it was so hard to try and move it in any direction because the water was just so heavy down at that depth. Do something, I move really hard from the top, but then below it barely moves an inch. There were times that I would go over the drone or close to it. It seemed like I was about to grab it, but then it was just unsuccessful. And then later on we realized that it was on top of rocks, so that made it even more difficult. At this point I thought of getting a diver and getting his opinion. So we did contact one, and he told me that it would be difficult for him to go there because there wasn't any ladders going down, and that would be difficult. But he didn't give up either, and he said, I have an idea, and he went and got a massive fishing net, and it had a really strong pole, and he attached a couple of broomsticks to it and duct taped them really well, and he was fishing for it. But unfortunately on that day the tide was just crazy. The water was just so muddy, you couldn't see a thing underneath, and it was just raining and windy. It was just really bad. We went the next day, bought the same fishing net, attached it to another pole. I also bought a magnet for about $20, really strong magnet, and I thought maybe there would be a good chance with that. So with the magnet, I was still able to move it a little bit, but not much because it was on its back. And keep in mind that the motors are on its back and it has screws onto it. Those are the things I was hoping to attract the magnet with. So we did turn it on the side, and then somehow the propellers got stuck in the fishing net. And then I started pulling it up, and then I brought it up to the surface, and I was so excited. And then I was like, I just had to move it quickly over the ledge because I was afraid that, it might fall again because it was just like hanging by the net and barely. I moved it. I hit the ledge again with the fishing net, and it dropped the same way it fell when it first crashed. We tried again, and we got it by the net again. We brought it up, and then it fell down again. Then it was getting dark, so we thought we'll just come the next day and do it again. The next day we came early in the morning. We were determined. I got the magnet with me. We got the fishing net as well. So I thought of doing this with two people on the ledge, one with the magnet and the rope, and one with just the fishing net, and another person would just be looking at the camera. I just thought of dropping the magnet first because it was vertically standing against the foundation of the pier below. So I put the magnet really close to the drone, and the magnet attracted the drone somehow at the propeller, and it stuck really well, and I could see it when I was trying to move it a little bit. And I thought, okay, this is probably it. And I was pulling it up, and my family was holding the fishing net right next to me, and I was telling them to just put it underneath just in case it fall directly into that massive net. So I kept pulling it up really slow, and I finally got it up to the surface of the water. Now here's the part that was just not in the favor. The right below the foundation was made of steel, and the magnet was getting stuck to that. The drone was still stuck to the magnet, but barely. And as I was pulling it tighter and as I was pulling it up, I was using more force, and that was moving the drone a lot, and I thought it might just let go any minute. So the fishing net came up really quick, and right underneath it, I said, it's fine even if it drops now, it falls straight into the net. And I kept pulling it up, and it did fall again into the water. Thankfully, it fell into the net. And this time, no matter how I brought the net up, it didn't matter because it wasn't going to fall because it was inside the net and not hanging onto the net from the outside. I brought it up, I climbed over the ledge, I removed the drone, and I kept it there safe. It was just an amazing feeling. That feeling, that achievement was massive. Just wanted to put this out there that the location I was getting from the DJI Fly app on the Find My Drone, very accurate. It gave me the exact position the whole time, and it kept working for like more than a week. It was giving me the right precise location. Here's a couple of tips that I would like to share with you guys so that this does not happen with you when you're filming over water. Now, filming over water is excellent, but you still have to take precautions, and if you're not familiar with the area, do not fly when it's dark. If you're flying a drone like the Mini 2, be very careful of obstacles at a visual line of sight so you know where it is, and if there's any objects nearby, you know what to do and how to control it. Another thing I'd like to say is that just to be safe when you're flying over water, you should get these landing legs for your drone. Now these are meant to keep your drone afloat. You can land and take off on water, but there's no point of landing on water or taking off from water. In case you ever have some sort of issue and you really want to land the drone immediately and you're already over water, you can land it over water and it'll float there, and then you can take off again. Like me, if you would crash into an object and it falls into the water, at least it won't sink down below and it'll still be floating on the top, and if you're lucky, hopefully it'll be floating on the right side and not upside down. So
it took some teamwork. Thank God this had some steel on it. We got this $20 magnet. It attracted it, and I was pulling it up slow, and the net was right next to it, and I pulled it up, and then it dropped onto the net, and then it caught on here.
I hope you guys were able to learn something from this video, and if you did, you hit the like button for the algorithm. And if you want to check out more of my videos from the Mini 2, back to my channel and watch them. And if you enjoyed them and if you want more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified every time I upload a new video. I'll see you guys in the next one.